Okay, so before coming to Europe, they were shouting and screaming to us, like a couple of friends I had there, and through our programs and all that, and other Erasmus programs. Okay, don't fall for apartment search frauds, blah 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 blah. People scam people, and for apartments, especially students coming from abroad, blah 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 blah. You need to be careful who you rent with, company you're working with, people. Those type of things. Then, I was sure thinking I was careful, oh. Even though I tried to be careful until I arrived here, but you can't be over careful. I was thinking I was careful until I had my own experience. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So guys, I feel there's a whole lot of things that happened to me while I was in the UK that I've not been able to share, and I feel it's time for me to start sharing those experiences that I've not been able to share, aside those who are my close friends. Like, I think it's just two people that know about it, those who are my close friends here in the UK, and just two people that know about it actually. So, and one of those things is almost getting scammed for a house, an apartment I was looking for. So guys, I came into the UK, and I got a place, but while I was at that place, I felt I felt the need to move out from there to a new place, and so I started looking for a new place. So why I needed to leave the place, all the reasons behind it, is not for this video. So that will be in a whole new video when I'm ready to talk about that. But anyways, I felt the need to leave that place, and so I started looking for a place. So usually here you get Facebook groups where you can search for, like, post your advert, and you're like, okay, I'm looking for a place. And God, who is this morning now? I beg in the name of God, please, I'm making a video. So on the Facebook groups, you can post and say you need a place, or you're looking for a place, that kind of something, advert. And then if someone has an apartment, they would quickly contact you, maybe in the comment section or via your DM, and then you guys would talk and relate. As a matter of fact, that was how I got my first apartment where I was staying. And also there are websites like Spare Room, Gumtree, and all that, where you can search for apartments. So while I was in this my first place, and so I had a need, there was a need for me to leave, and I needed to leave as soon as possible. And so I had to leave, and so I started searching for places. So I went to one of the Facebook groups for Glasgow, and so I'm like, okay, yo, I'm looking for a place to move in, blah blah blah, put the details, put the price, the how much I could afford, told them the details of what I needed and all that. So, a lot of people were commenting, blah, blah, blah. People were commenting. And so someone just came to my DM and typed, I am glad. In fact, let me go back to the message, because I had to go back to all the messages and emails this morning. Okay, she's like, hello, or he, I don't even know whether it's a guy or a woman, but the person bears a female name, Susan. And so it was like, I am glad to inform you about my one bedroom flat for rent close to the University of Glasgow. I'm like, okay, wow, that's perfect. And then the price she also told me was the same amount I was looking for. And then she's like, okay, wow, that's I was like, okay, wow, that's great. Ah, perfect. Oh God has, this is in time. My prayers has been answered. Okay, now no wala. And so I asked, usually you can ask via your DM there. You're like, okay, let me see a video or a picture of what it looks like, so that you have an idea before maybe you arrange for a viewing. As I talked to her, I'm like, okay, can I see what it looks like? And she's like, okay, send me your email address and I will send you the details, everything you need to know. I'm like, okay, no wahala. So I sent her an email, one of my emails I usually use for anything aside official stuffs, because deep down inside of me, I felt somehow, and so I just sent her that email address, not my main email address. And so she emailed me, and she's like, she told me where the house was. And guys, if you see the pictures of this house, the pictures she sent to me, mad oh, like it was so beautiful. Like mm, the place looked so excellent. Like the place looked beautiful. So, God, I'm going to put up the pictures. You're going to be seeing the pictures. The place looked so beautiful and on point. And then she talked about everything that, in fact, the price was £400, and she said £400 a month. Bills included, that be inclusive, all bills inclusive, everything inclusive, internet, council tax, TV license, gas, heating, anything you can think of, electricity, everything included in it. I'm like, okay. Then she now sent me the address. I didn't really too reason the address because, of course, as you know, I'm new to this place. I didn't really reason it, and so I felt okay. It's like a normal price, and it's a good deal because I'm just new here. So I talked to someone. So one of the two people that I say, two of my friends that just know about this, and so I talked to one of them. I'm like, he's like, yo, 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 wow, are you serious? This sounds like a fraud. I'm like, how? That the person sent me this thing, I was doing all this thing. I said, oh, no wahala now, okay now, carry on, continue talking to the person. And so I talked to the person, and we continued chatting. I was like, okay, I'm interested. I love the pictures. I love how it looks, and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, yeah, thank you for your interest in the property, or not she, because I don't know, it's someone can be a she or he. So the person was like, thank you for your interest in viewing the apartment, blah, blah, blah. That the only thing now is just for me to, um, arrange a viewing, because I asked her when I could view it. She said the only thing is for me to arrange for a viewing and make reservations. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, okay, I wanted to know when. I'm looking at the emails as I'm talking now. And so I emailed her back. I'm like, okay, I want to know when would be okay for me to make the viewing. So I told her when I was available and all that. And also told her, because she asked where I was coming from. Maybe probably in her head, she's thinking I was coming from abroad. People are, maybe when you're coming in, you're tense, you're looking for a place to stay and stuff like that. And so I told her, no, that I'm in Glasgow actually. And I told her when I wanted to move in. And so she's like, okay, that because she said earlier, like in one of her emails, that she's looking for somebody who is tidy, who can take care of the place, and blah 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 blah. So part of the emails that I sent her was like, okay, that's not a problem. I can take care of your place. Like that's not a problem. I'll treat it like mine. And she's like, thank you. That she's glad that I will take care of it. She's glad that I'm a tidy person. Blah 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 blah, and all that. I said, okay, no wahala. Can we meet during the weekend for the viewing? That's on Saturday time. I told her the time, and okay, I told her Saturday. She said, okay, that's fine. That she needs to take because she complained earlier that she's coming from another city, and so she needs to take a day off from work. So I told her Friday, Saturday would be fine. That kind of something. She now said, okay, that's perfect. She would come by 5 p.m. I'm like, okay, now no wahala. Then she now said, okay, that she needs to send my details to her solicitor so that he can draft the agreement and blah 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 blah. I said, no wahala. So she asked me for my full name, my address, my moving date, and my mobile number. I provided everything for her, for the agreement stuff and blah blah blah. I provided all the details for her. And so she said, okay, that she'll send the details to the solicitor and blah, 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 blah. When the person when the person works on it, that she's going to revert back to me with the details. Now, she sent me another message sending me the agreement. This person actually went out of his or her way to get agreement and all that. No wahala. So the person sent me the agreement, tenancy agreement, everything with my details and an imaginary landlord details. No wahala. So I was like, okay, that I've received it, so we are going for the viewing I had to restate what we agreed earlier. So I said, okay, I've received your document. So we're having a viewing tomorrow by 5 p.m. at so and so place. And that the deposit I would be paying, you said the deposit is 400 and the rent is 400. So total is 800. And that at the point of signing the agreement, I'm handing you over these documents. You'll be handing me over the keys and blah, 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 blah. I had to restate all that. I restated that. And uh, so I had to restate all that. And then she now said, then that's the next day, which was the Saturday when we're supposed to see, 8 a.m., the person has sent me an email. So the email talking about, she has discussed it as solicitor, or he has discussed it as solicitor, and then that him, in fact, the landlord, the person that is speaking, I don't know whether it's he or she, has had a bad experience with other tenants before. People that don't have money to, rent a place, they will just come schedule viewing, and then she will pay transport, finish and come to the viewing and blah, 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 blah. And then they will not now take the place and blah, 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 and all that. That she does not have somebody in Glasgow who can conduct the viewing on her behalf, so she has to come and waste transport, use transport and stuff like that. And so for this person that's talking to me, for the person to be sure that I'm really interested in the property, I have to first of all make the deposit. She now sent me one link where I'm supposed to go and make the deposit, blah 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 blah, and that after making the deposit then and sending the person the screenshot of the deposit I made, then the person will now come and meet at the flat there. That because of some experiences, I'm like, oh Benny, what did you say? Are you mad or something's wrong with you? So I had to go back to one of my friends. I told you two of my friends knew about this. I had to go back to one of my friends. I'm like, hey, uncle, something is happening, They said, what? How far now that your flat? I said, uncle, that is why I'm chatting you off. He said, Jenny, what is it? And I sent the details of the apartment to him. And he's like, this is too good to be true. I was like, how? He said, this is too good to be true. Apartments in this area, as this beautiful, cannot be anything less than 500, from 550. No apartment will give you 400, bills inclusive, for that 400 in this area. I was like, what are you talking? He said, this is too good to be true. And that's when I had someone the courage and screenshotted what the first thing, this part now where the person was telling me that I should pay the deposit first before viewing. Not after viewing, no, not before moving in. I should pay deposit before viewing. And that screenshot, they said, did I not tell you? Did I not tell you? Did I not tell you that this thing? So I then got back to my other friend, whom I talked to earlier, who was, very skeptical about it. I was like, Jenny, I told you this thing from the start. This thing from the start. So I said, okay, no wahala. And I crafted my own image. Sure, you want to be corny and you want to be stupid. You want to dash your brain. You want to be stupid. And that's okay. Me, Port Harcourt care. It's me you want to come and scam. Not that fire devil. I crafted an email. Let me read out the email with the help of one of my friends, one of the first friend I told about, the first guy I told about. So I said, I understand and share your concern about unserious prospective tenants not meeting up for appointments and not having funds to rent a property like yours. However, I'm a fully funded scholar at the University of Glasgow and a serious prospective tenant ready to rent your house if you are ready as much as I am too. On that note, I am unable to commit £400 as deposit to a property I'm yet to view and ascertain it is what you said it is. It's also questionable. I go school die. It is also questionable to ask me to commit funds before checking your property. Not before moving in, no. Before checking your property. I would only release funds to you alongside signed contract documents once I view the house this evening. This was me sending her message. That's a follow-up message because she sent me that one by 8 and I was replying by 11 and we're supposed to meet up by 5. So I said I would only release funds to you alongside signed contract documents once I view the house this evening. I would appreciate it if you can reconsider your position on this. Thank you. Yo, man. Yo, man. Like, I just sent her that email. And then, you know how scammers can be. Very crafty and all that. The person now replied me, I understand your reluctance of making payment for the deposit before viewing. Before viewing, no, um, not before moving in, before viewing. I'm a God-fearing woman. You know, when people start talking about bringing God-fearing, bringing all these things, they just know that something is up. I'm a God-fearing woman, and I'm not after your hard-earned money as I do work to feed my family. For your peace of mind, I attach my passport and driver license as a security that contains my details which I'm not supposed to disclose to a third party as it's confidential, but I have no option than to disclose this to you so as to know and understand that you are in safe hand. The deposit is needed to be paid so as for my solicitor to generate the endorsement receipt for you before your arrival to the property. Like, I'm not moving in that day and this goat is talking this rubbish. Like, is the person mad? I shall just completed. In fact, I just shall ended the conversation with, I completely understand your position. However, I'm unable to go on with this agreement. And that's how I just ended it there. Let it just end there. That kind of rubbish. You think I came to Europe to be scammed? You think I came all the way from Nigeria to come and do mumu here? Are you mad? Are you crazy? Like, it's something, are they worrying you from your village? I'm like, wait, oh, is this person thinking like, are you talking to a toddler? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, it was not just a funny. I was like, hey, sure, they've been warning us. They warned us, like, right from when we're coming from Nigeria. People have been warning us. Other scholars have been warning us. Programs have been warning us. Our programs and, stuff like that. I'm like, hey, Jennifer, this is how somebody want to come and chop your Erasmus money with you on no grounds. This is how somebody want to come and chop your money. Anyway, so it was really a funny scenario. Like, I was like, what is happening? What is happening here? Like, I don't understand. And it was really crazy. I swear down, like crazy. It was really a crazy scenario. So while I was just with my friends, when I told them, and my response, I replied, they were like, yeah, it's smart. Like, I said, I call you, maybe person can scam me. 400. I do not come here to come and move for anybody. Like, you don't just no. For what now? Oh my gosh, snow is falling outside. So anyway, so that's just my gist of how I almost got scammed because I was looking for an apartment. So guys, if you're out there, you have to be smart about it too. I talked to another friend also, and he's like, yes, so one of the Erasmus scholars, was it in France or Germany, got scammed too for an apartment he was searching for and all that. So please, you have to be careful. Those of you coming to Europe and those of you already here searching for apartments, you need to be careful. Like, it's bad. So you need to be really, really careful. And yeah, and you just have to be careful. People scam black, white, brown, milk color. It doesn't matter their color. It doesn't matter their race or anything, ethnicity. Scammers are everywhere. It doesn't matter. Anybody can scam you. Just know that anybody can scam you. It has no racial or ethnic monopoly. Anybody can just scam you. Just know that. Anyway, so this is just my experience and everything that happened. I was just going through the emails this morning and I was just laughing. Like, this is not somebody for just chop me mugu. No, never. God. anyway, so that's how I got out of that situation. And yeah, you just have to be careful, right? Yeah. And aside that, see, truth is, I might, oh my god, this story is so funny. Don't worry, when I video this to finish, I'll just show you guys. So truth is, if I hadn't had people like, especially these my two friends, these guys, if I hadn't had them in my life, these my two friends, and if I hadn't spoken to them and like, see what is happening, I might have fallen into that temptation. Seriously, because as at that point, I was in desperate need of a place to just move. I needed to just move out of where I was. I was in desperate need of a place. This video is not to talk about the reason why I needed to move, but I was in desperate need for a new place. And yes, that was it. So you just have to be careful. You can't be overly careful. And I am just happy that I had people like that around me whom I quickly had to talk to, and they're like, no, 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 don't do that, that wrong move, wrong move. They had to show me this is red flag, be careful and all that. Yeah. So I think you also need to have people while you're searching for apartments and all that. You need to hear their views. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope you learned 1 or 2 things, and I hope you with this video you go wise up. Don't let anybody chop you manga or chop you mugu. You grab. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in my next episode. Yeah, bye-bye. Let's just have a look at what the snow looks like, what the side looks like, and the snow is falling, not so much. Okay, so I think it just started a little bit. It has stopped a little bit, but yeah, it's just starting to try to fall. And yeah, I think you could see it there. It's not anything so much, but yeah, this is the first time I'm seeing it trying to fall since I came to Dublin. Yeah.